So good. Glad you like them.
This one's singing.
А что плакал-то? Ты думал, что не прошел? Или
Я не знаю, я готовился к нему просто. Волотай!
They're sticky and they're not. So if you find a way to stick them to it, you are more than welcome to use them. But that is the perils of ordering things online.
No, Addie, I'm going to do a ladybug.
A pink.
A pink? A pink what?
Pink.
That looks complicated.
Wait.
Happy birthday, Esther!
Huh?
The boxer card?
No.
We can do it later today.
We're going to do it.
I just want to get pictures of it.
Oh, I got a thing.
Right.
No, those are Esther's presents, so just leave them right here. You can help her maybe by handing them to her if you want, if she has to. But
There's one more in there. No, in there, there's one more piece. Esther. And then go back here where Maxie was.
you might move on.
In the skirt. In the shirt.
Those are some great summer clothes.
You hand something to Esther if you want. Just don't open anything. They're all her presents. And that's not your fork either. What's his name? Gabriel. Gabriel. He's the choking hazard, I think. Gabriel. Look. Hey, Gabriel. Thank you. Gabriel. Hey, baby. Ready?
Everybody, thank you so much for coming to our party. Thank you so much for celebrating Esther's birthday with us. Today we are going to hear a story about some folks that live in a land far, far away, and they speak Russian. But I know not everybody understands Russian here, so I'm going to help by telling it in English. But there may be some Russian involved, and I may need your help to help them, the characters, know what we're saying. So once upon a time in a land far, far away where everybody speaks Russian, there was an old man and there was an old woman. Now I'm going to need somebody to help me out. I need an old man and I need an old woman. I wonder who's going to be my old man and my old woman. Do you guys want to be an old man and an old woman for our story?
I want to be an old man.
You want to be an old man? Okay, okay. This is a beard. You're going to have to tie it on over her head. There you go, to be an old man. One of you guys wants to be an old woman? No. No? Nobody wants to be an old woman. How about you, Maxie? No?
You want to be an old woman?
Gabriel? Does Gabriel want to be an old woman?
I think he's too young to.
He's too young. Okay.
Directions.
How about you, my friend? Would you help me tell a story and be an old
Is that too tight? You good? Okay. You look like an old man with your beard, I guess.
Yep.
And so the old man and the old woman, they lived together and they became very, very hungry. Face everything. And they got very, very, very hungry. And they said, what are we going to eat? What are we going to eat? There is nothing to eat. So the old man said, old woman, bake us a kolobok. Can you say kolobok? Kolobok, yeah. A kolobok, a rolling, tasty dough. A roll. And the old woman said, what am I going to bake it with? Go ahead, can you say it? What am I going to bake it with? Yeah, what am I going to bake with? And the old man said, scrape up some flour from the flour tin. Can you say flour tin?
Flower tin.
Yeah, scrape up some flour. And why don't you sweep up the pantry floor? Can you say pantry floor?
Pantry floor.
Yeah, and mixes something up. So the old woman swept up. Can you sweep up? I'll hold this way. Swept up the pantry floor. Can you do this? See? It's hard, yeah. And she scraped up the flour tin. You guys can go back to your seats. Go ahead, go back. And she found some sour cream, and she made a kalabuk that she baked in the oven. And she put the kalabuk to rest on the windowsill and to cool. Yeah. So the rolling roll sat on the windowsill until the rolling roll got tired and jumped onto the floor, rolled out the door, out through the garden gate, and down the path it rolled. Okay, and it kept rolling and rolling down the forest path until it met a hare. Oops.
Zаяц, Sasha, Zаяц.
Zаяц. Sasha doesn't want to be Zаяц. Masha, can you be a Zаяc for us? Yeah, so in Russian, a hare is Zаяc. Can we all say that? Zаяc. Yeah. And the Zаяc saw the kolobok and got so hungry because he was so tasty, and he said, "Kolobok, kolobok, я тебя съем." And "съем" means to eat in Russian. Kolobok said, "Oh, please, don't eat me, hare. Listen to my song instead." So the kolobok started to sing his song. Ya kolobok, kolobok, I'm a tasty roll and roll. From the pantry floor I was swept, scraped up from the flour tin, mixed by hand with sour cream. In the oven I was baked, on the windowsill I stayed until I ran away from the old woman, I ran away from the old man. It's not going to be hard to run away from you. And so kolobok kept on rolling while the hare sat there with his ears hanging down. And the kolobok rolled all the way until we met a wolf along the path.
Wow.
The wolf saw the tasty rolling rolls and said, kolobok, kolobok, я тебя съем. We all know, what does that word mean?
Eat
up. To eat, yes, yeah. Kolobok said, no, wolf, don't eat me. Listen to my song instead. Thank you. Ya kolobok, kolobok, I'm a tasty rolling roll. From the pantry floor I was swept, from the flour tin I was scraped, mixed by hand with sour cream. In the oven I was baked, on the windowsill I stayed. I ran away from the old man, I ran away from the old woman. It's not going to be hard to run away from you, wolf. And so kolobok ran away from the wolf and rolled down the garden path all the way until he came up on the bear. Who's going to be the bear? You want to be the bear? Okay, there you go. The bear looked at kolobok and said, "Kolobok, kolobok, я тебя съем." What does that mean?
Eat.
You, yes. Kolobok said, "Please don't eat me, bear. Listen to my song instead." Ya kolobok, kolobok, I'm a tasty roll and roll. Swept up from the pantry floor, scraped up from the flour tin, mixed by hand with sour cream. In the oven I was baked, on the windowsill I stayed until I ran away from the old woman, I ran away from the old man, I ran away from the hare, I ran away from the wolf. It's not going to be hard to run away from you, bear. The bear liked the song so much he forgot all about kolobok. And kolobok rolled past him all the way until kolobok met a fox. Look at my fox ears. Okay. Thank you. Now the fox saw the tasty колобок and said, "Колобок, колобок, я тебя съем." So Colobok said, "No, don't eat me, fox. Listen to my song instead." Yeah, colobok, I'm a tasty rolling roll, swept up from the pantry floor, scraped up from the flour tin, mixed by hand with sour cream. In the oven I was baked, on the windowsill I stayed until I ran away from who?
The old man.
The old man. I ran away from who?
The old woman.
I ran away from the hare. I ran away from the wolf. I ran away from the bear. It's not going to be hard to run away from you, Fox. The fox said, wait. Your song was so lovely, but you know what? I'm a little hard of hearing. Could you come a little bit closer so I can hear your song better? Colobok was so happy that someone loved his song that he rolled up really close, right up to the fox's face. And he started to say, "Yeah, colobok, colobok." And the fox went, hum. She took a bite out of Colobok. Colobok said something in Russian. Colobok said, "Oi!" That means ouch. Okay? Now let's all say it together. Oi! Oi! Say, oi! Colobok heard all of you say oi with him. He feels much better. And I think Colobok's adventures are all done. So Colobok ran rolled all the way back, past all the forest friends, back. Colobok went through the garden gate, through the door, on the floor, and back on the windowsill to the old man and to the old woman. In Russian we say "Сказки конец, а кто слушал, молодец." And in English we have another saying for that. We say, "Moon and stars and sun, this tale is now all done." Thank you for listening, everyone.